Okay, let me ask you something. What if your company's biggest problems weren't problems at all? What if they were actually your greatest asset? I'm talking about building a competitive advantage that's not just strong, but completely permanent, an edge that your competition could never copy, no matter what they do. This quote right here, it gets to the heart of a pretty radical idea. Think about it. It's saying that every single challenge, every crisis, every painful lesson your company has ever gone through can be flipped on its head and turned into your biggest strategic asset. That's exactly what we're going to unpack today. All right, so let's start by breaking down what this uncopyable asset actually is. So think about your company for a second. What's your most valuable asset? But also, what's your most vulnerable one? Is it your product, your brand, maybe your people? I mean, yeah, all of those are super important, but there's something else, something that's underneath it all. And honestly, it's the one thing we almost never protect. And it's the one thing that truly makes you, you.
And here it is. Look, on one side, you've got the stuff that's easy to copy. Your UI, your features, your competitors are going to do that. It's just a matter of time. But on the other side, that's the stuff that's impossible to copy. The collective experience, all the lessons you've learned from things that went wrong, the little insights your team has picked up over the years, that is your organization's memory. And no one can steal that.
So the big question is, how do you actually capture and use this memory? Well, it takes a whole new way of thinking. This isn't about just another app you download. It's about a foundational layer for your entire business. The best way to think about it? It's like an operating system, but for your organization. Okay, let's geek out on this analogy for a second. You know how a computer's OS manages all its resources? Well, unicorn.bos does the same thing, but it manages your organization's knowledge to help everyone make smarter decisions. So a notification isn't just a ping, it's like an interrupt that can spin up a collaborative war room to tackle a problem right away. And the most important part? The system's memory isn't just a bunch of data files, it's the collective wisdom of your entire company, all in one place. And this is such a key point. I really want to drive it home. This is not another app. It's a fundamental system layer that sits underneath everything else. It's what makes all your other tools smarter, because it gives every single person and every application access to one shared intelligent memory. So at the very heart of this organizational memory, there's a really powerful engine called Knowledge Studio. Okay, Knowledge Studio is really where the magic happens. It takes all that messy, unstructured knowledge you have, your SOPs, old incident reports, random best practices documents, and it transforms it all into a permanent digital memory. This is the memory your AI can tap into in a split second to give you context and guidance. The whole point? So you never have to solve the same problem twice. I mean, does this sound familiar to you? So many of us are just drowning in data, but we're starving for wisdom. You have the information, right? It's just scattered everywhere. It's on different drives, it's stuck in people's heads, it's buried in a million old email threads. The problem isn't that you don't have data. The problem is you don't have a memory. Okay, that's the big idea. Now let's pull back the curtain and see exactly how Knowledge Studio actually turns all that raw info into a real strategic advantage. And you know what? The process is surprisingly simple. It all starts here. You just upload any document. Literally anything from SOPs to incident reports into this simple staging area. You don't have to worry about perfect formatting or anything, just drag and drop. The second you do that, the system gets to work. It instantly reads the document and starts intelligently breaking it down into these logical, bite-sized pieces of knowledge. We call them chunks, and each chunk basically represents one single clear idea. Now, this next step is where things get really cool. Each one of those little chunks is converted into a mathematical representation called a vector. The easiest way to think about it is like giving every single piece of knowledge its own unique fingerprint, or a memory address. This is what lets the AI understand not just the words, but the actual meaning and context behind them. And here's the payoff. Once all your knowledge has that unique fingerprint, the system can automatically start mapping the relationships between everything. It starts finding these hidden connections you would never see otherwise, like linking a solution from a marketing report from 5 years ago to a problem your engineering team is dealing with right now. These are the kinds of insights that are just, invisible to us, and they save you so much time, money, and frustration. So, we've seen how it works under the hood. Now for the most important question, right? What does this actually do for your business? What does it mean for your bottom line? Well, the benefits are incredibly direct and powerful. Just imagine your new hires getting up to speed in days instead of weeks, because the AI can instantly show them every relevant past experience. Imagine finally stopping that cycle of solving the same problems over and over again. And this one is huge. When a key employee leaves, their knowledge doesn't walk out the door with them. It stays. Your entire organization literally gets smarter every single day. And when you put this side by side with other systems, the difference is just night and day. You see, other systems might give you a simple AI chatbot. Unicorn.bos gives you an AI that acts like a real member of your team. Other systems give you basic notifications. We give you notifications that can instantly launch a war room, where your whole team can jump on a problem with all the relevant history and knowledge right there. It's a massive shift from just a passive tool to an active intelligence layer for your entire company. Okay, this brings us to the final and, I think, most important idea here. The future of your company really comes down to a choice you make today. It all depends on the kind of assets you decide to build. So, let your competitors waste their time copying your features. You can focus on building the one thing they can never, ever touch: the deep, rich, and constantly growing memory of your organization's unique journey. It's built from your real work, your real problems, and your real people. That is your ultimate uncopyable advantage. So if you're ready to stop that brain drain, if you're ready to start turning your company's hard-won experience into its most powerful asset, then it's time to see this thing in action. I really encourage you to request a personalized demo. See for yourself how Unicorn.bos can start building your uncopyable advantage today. Just think about it for a second. What could your company achieve if it had a perfect memory?